This is going to be the final showdown for our rework characters that we have been doing for the past couple of days, combining both Mr. Blade as well as Miss Jingliu. We're gonna be running them with the exact same team of 3. So how are we gonna go about? First half, second half, staying Hoolay, Jingliu Blade, combine their cycle into one in order to determine who truly is the champion of the version 1 rework DPS. So without further ado, we are gonna start off with Jingliu because, you know, ladies first, if I can say so myself. Absolutely slamming on that mighty light cone. We gotta add to because, you know, I simply put better. All right, we are gonna instantly let this go, get this up, and get this up. Okay, Ika is gonna fly in here. We get hit for a little bit of energy back. Jingliu flies back in. I think the horse is gonna be a problem. 100k is honestly really good, not gonna lie, right? So we do see ourselves getting the 3 stacks of the spectral transmigration thingamabobby. Okay, get back in for 281k. We are gonna be receiving Sunday's ultimate. We unfortunately, in terms of like efficiency, have to let go of this ultimate first, giving us the 4 stacks and then staying on the Sunday ultimate. Yeah. So this is without Sunday's ultimate buff. Flies back in. 503,000 E0S1 Jingliu. I think that is honestly really nice. And now we are gonna get Sunday's buff over here, and because we are gonna be at 4 stacks, we would also, oh my god, Team's follow-up attack is just... Jingliu herself is gonna be overcapped on crit rate. It is what it is. I'm already running crit rate chest. I'm running crit damage chest. I can't really change too much. 675 crit damage is kind of crazy though. In terms of efficiency over here, we are going to be at 8.9k HP, 675 into 150% damage buff with every single one of the thingamabobs over here. So this is going to be big bonga B. 500k to target. 500k to target. I think what I'm going to do over here is we're just going to go for the basic. Okay, exceptional. Now, because our team is not on DDT, we can actually just let this go. And I'm pretty sure the other guy is gonna die over here. 100k, slams this back in. And you can notice how my Jingliu almost has her ultimate again, which is really good. I'm gonna cast a skill here because I want to make sure that my ultimate is gonna come back in a little bit later. 94k follow-up, and then my Jingliu is gonna fly back in. Can we get a 0 cycle on... Yo, chat. We are gonna 0 cycle the fucking horse. Exceptional. We now do get the 0 cycle. Jingliu is pretty much never going to leave the spectral transmigration state, right? She's never going to leave this state, right? Basically permanent 100% ultimate uptime because we do have ourselves a Sunday. So from where it stands right now, I can go for the heal because otherwise I don't think I have enough for the ultimate. And also it gives us a little bit more damage for Ika. Team is gonna basic attack, so it's gonna be completely fine. So he's gonna unfreeze, and then he's gonna... Okay. We can just go for this thingy right now. I was thinking of like gambling on the fact that he hits us. It might be a little bit of a greed, so I don't really want him to waste any energy in case he hits Ika as well as high as he will. 109k damage, flies back in against True Swarm. 571k, brings back up for 2 skill points because by the power of Sunday, exceptional, into another 398k because we did not have the 4 full stacks, so we didn't get the defense reduction. Okay, Sunday getting a little bit hit here is going to be completely fine. Okay, because skill point is not that big of a concern, since Trivi is going to cast her basic into a Sunday skill, right? And Jingliu is basically not consuming skill points anymore. So we can go for the heals basic, then Sunday skill is going to be completely fine because we also have Sunday's ultimate. Healing back us up also gives us a little bit more Ika. 225,000 Ika damage is absolutely fucking insane. What is going to happen here is we are going to base attack with 3B, instantly let go of the DDT. I want to cast my Sunday ultimate right now, so Jingliu's ultimate can actually try to get rid of the bugs and maybe can spawn in new bugs. So we'll let this go first. Cast the ultimate. Sunday out, which follows up another 3B. Oh my, 225k is absolutely fucking diabolical. So we're going to have 2 3B follow-ups. So 3B follow-up number 1. And then 3B follow-up number 2. Hopefully this can get rid of both of these bugs over here while bringing us to phase 2. Right? So this is gonna be 691,000 damage. We pop one. Okay, the other bug unfortunately didn't die. It was a little bit off. But 691k is very, very nice. Then he's gonna go back in for the spit onto Sunday. We are going to actually cast our skill. We can do our basic over here so that we can save our skill point for 3B skill, right? So we'll cast our skill here. Toot goes back in. Ideal world, I bring him to phase 2 right now. Ideal world, I bring him to phase 2 right now. He's gonna spit on us. Okay, that is the best case scenario actually. That's the best case scenario. So now we can actually cast our ultimate into our basic. So we shouldn't be having too much of a issue here. 1 skill point, 2 skill point. Waiting for the ultimate back in to cast our ultimate again to get the 25% defense in North. So I'm just gonna let this go. And the MOC debuff is gonna fly in. Unfortunately, not gonna be able to get a 0 cycle. It's gonna be a little bit off. Alright, Hyacinth's turn begins. Then we cast our ultimate. 3B goes back in for the follow-up. Here goes back in. 227,000 EK. We're just gonna be able to do a basic because I kind of need to save a skill point for 3B to cast her own skill. So we're gonna go for the basic. This thing flies in. Adding with the ultimate. Hopefully, this can get rid of all 3 bugs at the same time. Go. Exceptional. Right? He's gonna summon and he's gonna charge. Yeah, he's gonna charge. I've played these games before. He's gonna charge. He's gonna hit Jingliu in the base. Okay, unfortunately did not hit Jingliu, just a little bit unfortunate. We are just gonna go back in for the enhanced attack. Comes back into 588. Sunday comes back in. Do we have an ultimate? We do have the ultimate. Not quite enough to get our 3 stacks. Or rather 4 stacks. Some things never change. So that is going to be a 1 cycle dispatch on element using our E0S1. Okay, technically S2 Jingliu, right? This is gonna be our build over here. Alright, and then this is gonna be our Sunday. I will activate this one day. And yes, we are running a +9 helmet because I specifically needed this speed. I'm a little bit scared that if I were to upgrade and try to go for crit damage, it's gonna land on the speed, which will ruin our speed. I need exactly this 2 speed to hit the 133.4. So it is what it is. Teep, right? Exceptional. Also, this Lycon's damage is absolutely fucking redonkulous if you do not need DDD, right? I honestly still wouldn't recommend people pulling for this Lycon because it is still the power of S1. So you are having opportunity costs, right? DDD is completely viable. You can still clear content, but the damage you're going to be getting from 3B's follow-up, you can see 110k, 120k is very, very nice, you know. Standard E1, if you don't have E1 3B, where cry about it, right? And then Hyacinth is going to be our standard E0 as well. Okay, so now Blade is actually going to get a little bit of a buff because my Hyacinth got a little bit more traces. So maybe we could see a little bit of a switcheroo swapperoo. Gonna change this Lycon back to the Mighty Lycon to maintain consistency. And then we are gonna have 133 here into 70% crit rate. Overcapped by roughly 6%, but I think it's gonna be fine. 7.5k attack, 7.5k HP into 167 crit damage. Everything else is gonna be the exact same, so I don't think we're gonna be facing any. Oh wait, actually for this specific one, it might be better if we swap it like this, because when his first swipe from the guy, like the first arm guy, war armor guy, he's gonna hit Blade, right? He's gonna hit Blade. Putting it here would be quite nice for us. Okay, what if we do like here actually? MOC buff is still better. Okay, but what if EK does more? Okay, you know what? To keep consistency, we're gonna remain in the exact same spot. Off element, by the way. So I'm not expecting bro to match 1 cycle. If we can get a 2, it will be exceptional. If we can get a 2, right? If we can get a 2. Comes back in for this. This is gonna be normal. So everything here is completely the same, right? Everything here is completely the same. No change. No change. Okay, 98k. Slams this back in. Alright, now Blado can go. Alright, let's see that shit. We're gonna come back in. Okay. So what we did with Jingliu just now was that we let go of our Jingliu out first and then give us the Sunday buff to ensure that, you know, we don't really waste the energy. And I guess we just to see a little bit of like where the damage comparison is gonna be. So I'm gonna be doing the exact same thing. But actually we break this guy though. And because we break this guy, we also get back our energy regeneration. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna do this. We're gonna give the energy regeneration to Teep. Alright, so at least we don't waste the energy regeneration, right? We don't waste the energy regeneration. Then we can slam this back in, hopefully get rid of the 2 mobs. And then we're gonna go for another tip. Okay, and now Blade can break the wall armor here. And at this point, we'll start focusing up on the horse. Okay, damage is looking quite nice. Should have pressed my T button a little bit earlier. I have arm cams. Okay, 100k. We are gonna continue up with Hyacinth hitting the horse. Exceptional! What's our 304,000 follow-up? We are gonna count back in. Hits Blade 1 time, giving us a little bit of the stack. Okay, and then at this point, I think I want to do one more basic onto this guy so that we can try to break his wall armor to do a little bit more damage. Unfortunately, I don't think we can zero cycle this, guys. Wait, I take it back. Wait, I take it back. It might be possible. We're gonna get a basic, and out, and follow up, and a 3B follow up. It might be possible here. It might be possible here. Basic, out, follow up attack, 3B follow up. I think it's fine. Off element. Clearing 0 cycle roughly around the same time as Jingliu. That was really good. We definitely have to cast our heal here. Downside for this, we actually ran out a little bit on the ultimate out time. I think we can just out right now, giving us a little bit more of a stack here. Trivi is gonna go back in for the follow-up. Okay. We are gonna enhance. Follow-up attack. Damn. Let's just do a Trivi out. If the Trivi out can kill the bugs, he'll get vulnerability. Okay, unfortunately did not kill the bug. But this swipe will kill this bug, and I think this bug will explode to kill the other bug. Then he'll get a 2 sets of, or 3 sets. 3 sets of the thingy, right? Okay. Oh. Okay, 2 sets. Alright, this is not from the bug, it's from Trivi. Alright. Comes back in. 2 skill point. Slam. Bro, his damage while being off element is fucking insane, bro. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay, we definitely have enough skill points. So I will go in for the heal here. We definitely have enough skill points. Okay. He swipes. He summons. Hits Blade. Team goes for the basic. If this guy hits Blade one more time, that will be exceptional. Okay, exceptional. So now we're going to get another follow-up. Right? Now we are going to get another follow-up. We're going to get another follow-up. Damn. Okay, this is a little bit awkward. Because we are going to waste a little bit. 2% is a little bit awkward. I think we just have no choice. We kind of just have to let it go. Because it's either we don't let go of our ultimate or we waste 30 energy. And I feel that I'm going to be able to get back my next ultimate by the next cycle as well. So I'm pretty sure I let go of my ultimate because I can buff it up with Sunday as well. Right? So I'll let go of this. Cast ultimate, then I buff up with Sunday. This breaks 300k. Horse dies. This thing pops. It's still my turn. Bring back up our energy as well as the crit damage buff. Slams back in. Alright, chat, I forgot to show you guys the stats for Blade. So 100% crit rate, 372 crit damage, 8.9 kg. Okay, very similar to Jingliu. Just that he's down by I think 200% crit damage. With roughly the same amount of damage percentage. But the damage is for off element is very nice over here. I'm gonna let go of my Tribi out after he summons the bugs so that I can do the highest amount of AoE. Okay, he's gonna pop and then he's gonna summon the bugs and then now we let this go. Highest amount of AoE, and then hit Blades one more time. He might kill all the bugs. I need to hit the Blade one more time. Hit Blade one more time. Oh my god, nobody's hitting Blade. Oh my god, nobody's hitting Blade. Oh my god, nobody hit Blade. We kind of have to just go for the base into an out here, right? Based on out, because we need to save 1 skill point for Tribi. So we'll go for the basic. Alright, Blade's gonna follow up. 365. Cast our ultimate. So So we're gonna get a double tribute follow-up from Hyacinth out and Blade out. So the bugs die. Exceptional. Boom. 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 6 stacks vulnerability. Let's see this. 370k single target. I think 1 cycle is a reachable sight for us. Oh shit! 1 cycle is a reachable sight for us. Okay, the fact that both of them ended on 1% is fucking diabolical. Literally both DPSs ended at 1%. Alright, wrap it up. Ooh, Blade! E0S2, right? E0S2. Completely off element. Completely off element running the exact ZD, right? Blade side is actually reachable now. What do you think, QQ? She's very, very happy. Exceptional, right? Okay, so that was Jingliu's turf, right? Because True Sting was weak to ice. Now we're gonna swap back into Blade's turf over here. We're gonna swap to Blade's turf over here. Alright, chat. Firefly was off element. Maybe with a exceptional 0 cycle. Who knows? First time trying, right? First time trying. AI button actually letting go of the tip ultimate, which is quite nice. Right, this is quite nice. We're gonna let this go right now. Okay, and then we're gonna let this go. Right, exact same, exact same. Okay. Blade is overall. Okay, Blade. You know why Blade can do it? You know why Blade can do it? He got a buff, guys. Alright. Did Firefly get a buff? No. Alright. You are talking about a buffed unit versus a unbuffed unit. So if you ask me, you know, it's just not fair, right? It's legit just not fair. Anyways, our flies back in with this follow-up attack. 364k without Sunday's thingamabob. I think we aim this guy just because he's not weak to wind. So he's gonna be a little bit beefier for us. So we're just aiming this guy over here. Does have enough ultimate. So we'll let go of the ultimate first. Otherwise it's gonna be a waste. Ultimate flies in. 436k tribute for us into 140 gives us the Sunday buff, and then we are gonna get back into the main guy again. Exceptional. I think I'm just gonna let this go right now, because we can get a little bit more energy after Blade hits. 285, goddamn. Goddamn. And then this is gonna be another 5 out of 5. What the fuck? Oh my fucking god! 926,000! This is your man! 926k! That is fucking insane, bro! Oh my god, I'm speechless. Okay, wait, chat. We might be clearing this guy a bit too fast, because now I'm in an awkward scenario where I can't gain enough stack generation for Sunday's energy. Right, I actually killed a little bit way too fast here. I had to just land the basic so that we get a kill from team and get a little bit more energy here. But oh my god, that was way too fast. Oh my god, that was way too fast. Okay, we're gonna let go of this ultimate right now, just in case Hoolay hits us, and then we can deal a little bit more to the other guy. 2 target. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hit Blade. W. Oh my god, chat. Okay. We out now in case he hits Hyacinth. Alright, otherwise it will be a waste of energy. So we out now. I think we can get another tip out as well. 33k. Not that crazy. 51k. Ooh, single target might be a bit rough for Blade though, because we have no other minions to give us the additional taunt, rather the stacks. I think regardless, we just still always let go of Tribi out ASAP, because every single hit is gonna be free energy for Tribi. So we'll always just let this go. Single target might be a bit rough. Okay, 175 single target is still single target. You know what I'm saying? We let this go. Do we have enough for out? If we don't have enough for out, then we have to wait. Okay, we don't have enough. 1 minute. Okay, wait! Go. 267. 136. 33 back in for Sunday. Hyacinth can... Okay, we have so much skill point. There's no harm in us just spamming our skill, so we can maintain 100% ultimate uptime. Okay. He swipes, hitting Blade here, which is very good. Alright, can you hit Blade more? Bro, hit Blade more, man! Okay, this run is honestly really unfortunate for Blade, because he keeps hitting Sunday. Right? Every single time he hits Sunday, it's like -1 stack, -1 stack, -1 stack, -1 stack, -1 stack. It is honestly really, really unfortunate. I'm just gonna go for the basic into the out. Okay, this is one. Oh my, Daniel killed Ika. That is crazy. Blade skill is down. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it, right? Because like, the skill went offline at the end of his turn. So there's literally nothing I could have done to bring this skill back in. It's something like Luocha's field. Right? The field, the effect goes away at the end of his turn. So I just simply have to wait for his turn to come back in again to activate the skill. Right? So there's literally nothing I could do. Okay. Okay. We're just gonna let this go first. And I'll ultimate dispatch him right here. Oh. 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 Okay, now he's hitting Blade. Alright, now he's hitting Blade. That's good, that's good. But it's just something that you can't really prevent anyways, because the buff goes away at the end of his turn. Alright. It's just we have to deal with it. Here, you can probably just keep doing our... Okay, we have the basic here because we are... I want to save a little bit for Teep. Okay, W. 300k. Sunday comes back up. The wolf comes back in. Now we activate this. Okay. Here's Blade again. Oh, that was not Blade. Oh, that's just really unlucky. Oh, that's just really, really unlucky. Oh, that was really unlucky. Alright, so that's what we have to kind of just deal with it. Okay, that's 1 out of 5. Comes back in. 137. Sunday brings us back up. We're gonna have to cast our out. 19%. 17%. After this, will be one more follow-up. But I think that is all the juice we have. 11%. 5%. Oh my god, he can't do it. Iga! Eat them up! 2%. 1%. And there it is. Thank you, Iga. Thank you, Iga. Etc. Alright, so that is also going to be a 1 cycle clear. The first cycle was on our first half. A 1 cycle clear against Hoolay, right? A 1 cycle clear against Hoolay. So Blade with this team can 1 cycle both halves of Memory of Chaos. Again, this is not as an accurate representation of how your Blade is gonna look like, right? Because your Blade probably don't have this. Your Blade probably don't have this, or don't have this. But definitely his performance was very, very nice from what we have been seeing so far. So now we're gonna throw in Jingliu to the exact same setup. And we'll see how she's gonna be doing against Hoolay off element. You know what's crazy? I think Jingliu might not even be that bad, just because, you know, she's technically a little bit better against single target, you know, because like her multipliers are a little bit higher. Exact same scenario. Oh yeah, chat. If you want an ad-free viewing experience, right? I know Twitch ads is like super fucking annoying. Ad-free viewing experience, hop on over the kit, guys. Okay, boom, flies back in over here. I think we let go of this first. Okay. We have to wait for the Sunday out at this point. So it is what it is. We'll wait for the Sunday out. 480k. Get our Sunday out here. Okay. 158. Jingliu flies back in. 689,000. We're gonna aim the dog again. 700. Okay. Jingliu can also 0 cycle this side. I'm gonna try stalling a little bit. Because if we stall, I can gain 1 more stack here and gain a little bit more energy for Hyang. So I'll try stalling a little bit. Unless Ika kills them. Okay, Ika did not kill them, which is really, really good. Okay. I'm actually not gonna out with Tribi, because if Tribi out here, they're gonna die. So I'm gonna take it slow. Right? I'm gonna take it slow. Okay. Good. Good. Alright, getting a lot of energy. Okay, at this point, I think he's definitely dead. Right, we got a little bit more hits on the rest of the team, so that's pretty much it. E-card eats him up. And we go in here. Okay. We cast this first. Cast Tribi out. Okay. And then now we wait. Alright. We have to wait here a little bit. Okay, she hits Hyang, which is quite nice. We are gonna go for the skill. Okay, go back in. Now we can let go. We are actually having a lot. Whoa. Okay, 690 with the mob though. 669 it was with the mob. So this is now the true single target damage, which is gonna be 365. 365. Now this is without defense now, which is gonna be 262 of element. All this considered not that bad. Not that bad. Okay, we get our out here. 3B goes back in for the follow-up. Cast our ultimate first, and then I'm gonna consistently let go of my skill. Alright, consistently let go of my skill. 2-2 goes back in for 1. 2-2 goes back in for 2. Then we'll activate 3B's ultimate on 3B's turn. He's gonna summon the wolves here. He's gonna be completely fine. Here's this over here. He's gonna be angry. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna let this go right now. Because if I don't let this go right now, he's gonna hit us a lot. Which is a waste of energy. I'm just gonna do this once. And then Jingliu will out right now. Refresh. And then let's see what this is gonna be. 432, 438, down to 12%. Hit Sun in the face. Okay. Hits Hayahya, no reaction. Completely fine. Here we goes for the boom. He's gonna hit again, and he's gonna be angry. Alright, he's gonna be angry. Okay. I think I kill him here. Right now. Jingliu's skill should kill him here. Alright. I'm gonna save this Hyang out for afterwards. Jingliu's skill should kill him here. Okay. Chat, we are legitimately ending both at like the exact same time, by the way. For our Blade 1 cycle, this was like the exact same phase where it changed. I think Blade changed phase during his ultimate, right? We let go of a Blade ultimate, then he changed phase. That was with Jingliu's skill. So we were missing a Jingliu ultimate. But in the end, it always ends off with Sunday being the last man to act. So it's like very similar. Despite the elemental differences. We get this back in, have enough for the ultimate. I think we can get enough. Oh, I don't think it's enough. Yeah, it's a little bit off here. Okay. He is gonna go. So I am just gonna keep out right the fuck now. So we can get a little bit more energy. Keep out. Okay. Hyang out because this will give us the additional stat, right? I think this should give us the additional stat. Assuming it hits 20. Oh, it did not hit 20. Oh my god, I'm at 17. Okay, we had that at 20, would have gotten one more stack here, which means we can ignore 25% defense. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, this goes back in. Flies back up. Regenerates one more stack. Oh, we had a one additional step from her actual skill. So we actually got the regeneration off. Because her skill actually drains the HP. Oh, then it's actually okay. It's actually okay. It's actually okay. We're just gonna cast skill here. He summons the wolf. Swipe. Everything else here is exactly as is. Alright, defense ignore. 636. Oh, it's gonna be very close, guys. It's going to be very close. If our Jingliu don't kill here, she would have lost to Blade. Oh, I don't know about that, guys. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Yep. Unfortunately, it is going to be a 2 cycle. Right, at this point we can just let the game play out myself now. Right. Unfortunately, it is going to be a 2 cycle. Yep. Maybe Hoolay is just like that much stronger, you know what I'm saying? So 2 cycle. Off element. Wait, it's a 2 cycle, right? It's a 2 cycle, right? Yo, it's a 2 cycle, right? Okay, wrap it up. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. Okay, there it is. Okay, so that is gonna be a 2 cycle from Jingliu against Hoolay, which will wrap up our comparison between both DPSs essentially running the exact same team. And of course, Sarah of the Lake believes that Jingliu is actually way better than Finon. Absolutely. The rank 1 Finon hater is here. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate your input, right? Okay, but I'm just gonna wrap up this video right now. A bit of a closing thoughts about, like, you know, between Blade and Jingliu, who got the better end. I feel like, as y'all have seen, since Blade literally one cycle both halves, not so much in terms of performance, but let's just address some potential flaws that they might have. For Blade, most glaring flaw is that this skill over here with the additional taunt value, right? Chance of getting attacked greatly increases is basically plus 500 taunt value. This thing goes offline at the end of his turn and not at the start of his turn, which is the exact same thing that happened to Lercha. So you can see just now from our fight against Hoolay, there was this portion that was like where this thing was not active, and there was nothing I could have done to bring this active because I have to wait for his turn to begin again. So when Hoolay was actually taking a lot of hits for the rest of the team, I actually lost a lot of potential damage because none of it was actually hitting Blade because we lost this additional 500 taunt value, right? And the only time we can actually get it back up is to get Blade's turn to begin again. So I think this is like probably the most glaring flaw with his kit as of now. Everything else I think it synergizes exceptionally well, assuming that you actually have access to, like, you don't things like, you know, your 3Bs, your S1 Hias, giving him the stats for the follow-up. I think a Blade, right, specifically for Blade, if you do not have S1 Hyacinth and if you do not have 3B, do expect his performances to basically dip by quite a decent amount, right? So that is pretty much for Blade. Jingliu's biggest flaw, I would say that all this concept, I really don't think it's that bad since she is basically permanently in the ultimate state, right? She's never ever going away from this ultimate state ever again. The most important thing is whether or not she can achieve the 25% defense ignore. Whether or not she can gain this 25% defense ignore definitely contributes towards the actual damage output as well. Sometimes you just have to pray for the fact that if you get hit enough and you lose enough HP, you can get the 4 out of 4 sets for both the enhanced skill as well as the ultimate, which can help you deal a lot more damage, right? And in this kind of stuff, you can't really control that much. You can give her as much dex as possible by running things like your S1 Hyacinth, but everything else is basically you leave it up to fate, right? And if you get in the max dex, she will deal definitely. I think we did like what 100k-ish additional damage, and we didn't even have any like defense ignore sources, right? We have no defense ignore from Sunday, we have no defense ignore from 3B, and no defense ignore from Hyacinth. So potentially speaking, maybe if you were to run her with like 4-piece quantum, she might gain a little bit more of an edge just because you can stack the defense ignore a little bit higher. Or you could consider running Silver Wolf, right? I think if you were to run Silver Wolf over 3B, there's a very good likelihood that the combined damage between them can go up by quite a lot. Because Silver Wolf gives you, I think now, if you were to run Cypher S1, it's 80%, right? It's 81% defense now. So with Jingliu's skill being active, she would hit 100% defense ignore plus your Silver Wolf, right? But I didn't use my Silver Wolf because I wanted to keep the teams consistent. But I think between Jingliu and Blade, Jingliu's team building, I feel like it might be a little bit more flexible. Because Blade really stands a lot to gain from the additional sets from the Hyacinth S1, right? For Jingliu, if she does not have the Hyacinth S1, at most she loses a 25% ignore. Whereas for Blade, if she doesn't have the Hyacinth S1, he loses his follow-up attacks, which is like a lot more considerable compared to the actual defense ignore from itself. So that is pretty much it. I think both of them really won Sunday, right? I think Sunday's Stonks actually genuinely went up by so much with the patch of 3.4. He's used with Finon, he's used with Blade, he's used with Jingliu, he can use up with your previous other DPSs. I'm pretty sure you're gonna be able to run him with Saber. Not too sure about Archer because skill point might be an issue, but his stocks definitely went up by quite a considerable amount. But the 3B replacement, I think if you have an E1 3B, you're set, right? She's absolutely correct for any sort of HP scaling DPS. She's the glue that binds everything together, especially if you combine 2 of them into 1. And then for Hyacinth, definitely also the best in slot support. Closing thoughts, I don't think there's too much of a change from my early access review for both Blade and Jingliu, which is their buffs for Blade and Jingliu is not really to just say, okay, they are all of a sudden meta units, assuming that you do not have these version 3 team comps, right? In order to make them meta, in my opinion, as of where it is, if you have access to these three with their relevant builds, they are meta, right? To do a off element 1 cycle 2 cycle, they are definitely meta again. But if you do not have access to these kind of units, definitely expect their performances with a lot more room for improvement, right? So what they essentially feel after everything, yeah, they're a little bit like My Days. They're like My Day XPs, right? Because the way they play, it does play quite similarly to him. You want to give him the stacks, you want to give him the HP, additional action value, additional energy, and cast all of your damage as much as possible. I think between both Blade and Jingliu, against My Day, I actually can't tell you whether or not they are like better or worse than My Day. I mean, to be fair, I didn't really test out Bro for like a very, very long time. But I think they're around the same caliber. So more or less, if you're a player that already pulled for units such as 3B, Hyacinth, as well as Sunday, and you wanted someone else to be alongside with this team, so for example, you skip My Day, you skip Aglia, you skip Herda, you skip Caceres and everything, right? Then I think if you are somebody that played in version 1 and you got both Jingliu and Blade, you can definitely slot into this team. Let me know what you guys in the comments below between the Blade versus Jingliu, student versus, I mean, not even student versus master. Who is him? Now I'll think of the title a little bit. Word of the day is gonna be the reachable side. Join Twitch, join Twitch. Use code for 10% off all the places got posts. See you guys next time. Take care. Oh, my god, yo, join our Patreon page. Join our Patreon page. You can see over here our Patreon page. Wait, before join our Patreon page. We have a lot of fun stuff right here. Okay, very, very good. Right, cool.